Hi, hello. Welcome to Devon Monk's Works and Worlds. We are on Monday Monk, maybe 27. I'm not sure. I keep track, but I forget before I sit down to film. So welcome. Thank you for coming by. I hope your Monday is going well. If you find me on a Monday, if you found me on another day, I hope you're having a good day. Anyway, what is going on? Usually, as you know, I talk about writing, knitting, and life stuff in Monk World. So I'm going to start with writing. Today is August 1st. I cannot believe that. We are already in August. We're in the last month of summer, basically the hot weather. Although we've had some seasons where our heat has lasted through September, which I don't care for. So we'll see what we get this year. But yeah, August already. And this is the part of the year where I look back and realize that more of the year has already passed. So whatever work I was going to get done during the year, this is where I kind of do a shuffle and rethink what I can get done by the end of the year and try to set myself up for what projects are coming out in 2023. So it's time. It's time for me to look at what I've done and what I have coming up and make some decisions on that stuff. I do get every once in a while emails or messages from people asking me when I'm going to put another book out in a series that hasn't been completed yet. And I'll never say that there will never be any other books in a series, but there are a few of my series that are pretty well closed off. That's at the moment. The Allie Beckstrom series is pretty well, done. The House of Mortal series is done. Ordinary Magic, if you notice the last one, Brood of All Evil, kind of brings the series to a soft close. And I say a soft close because I don't think that series is done, but that's not the next book I'm going to write, basically. I gotta think about that a little bit for where it might go from here. So Ordinary's kind of softly closed at the moment. But then I have several other series. I have the Souls of the Road series, which is Route 66, urban fantasy, star-crossed lovers, hunting monsters, dealing with magic, and trying to find out who cursed them and save their souls, basically. It's a little darker. It's a little more poetic. Not too dark, though. It's still funny. But it's set along Route 66, and that series is ongoing. And that's the next book I'm going to write is Wayward Skies. That'll be book 3 in that series. And I'm hoping that book, it should come out by the end of the year. Maybe by the end of autumn. I'm not sure. I'll let you know when I have the set date on that. So that series is ongoing. That will have I'm planning 6 books in that series. So this will be the third. We'll be halfway through that series. And then I also have the West Hill Magic series, which are my hockey urban fantasy books. That is a wizard. They're not allowed to play in the NHL, so they have to go to this, freak league, to this kind of like down and dirty league where all of the people who have any kind of magical abilities, shifting and using magic and stuff, play. And our wizard, his name is Hazard. So that's the first book is called Hazard. Begins this series. So the first book is Hazard. The second book is Spark, which is Hazard's best friend. He's a wolf shifter. So that series, I was originally going to write 5 books in the series. And when it came out, I knew it was going to be a niche market. You can't almost get a smaller market than people who love hockey and people who love urban fantasy. And it's kind of, that's a small small group of people. But that being said, they're fun. I do get responses from readers who really like that series, who are pretty concerned that I've given up on ever writing another book in that series. And I want to say that's not true. I've said that several times, but I'm going to say it here. I still plan on writing more books in that series. The next one will be Thorn, which is the goalie on the team. And I'm trying to decide if that's the next book that I will write after Wayward Skies or if it will be the next book after that. I'm also doing some shuffling around of my schedule. I'm trying to do some morning writing where I get up before the sun and put some writing time in on projects that are early morning projects, and then split my time and put writing time on other projects in the afternoon to see if I can't push more projects forward in a more steady pace. So that's a series that I am still going to provide books for. I am so sorry it has taken so long for the next book to come out. Honestly, I thought there was just no interest for them. They didn't sell, gangbusters, so I thought it was fun to do. It's kind of a fun duology just between the brothers. Maybe it's okay, but I still receive queries and notes from readers who are looking forward to those books. And all along, I've said I would put more in that series, and so I won't back out on you. I promise. There will at least be one more, and then we'll see where it goes from there. So that's the West Helm Magic series, the Hockey Urban Fantasy, and the other series that I have that isn't finished, and I I have heard from readers for years on this, is the Age of Steam series, which is the steampunk series set in the Old West. It's a western with airships and magic and curses and werewolves and zombies and stuff and romance and shootouts and monsters, and anyway, so it's a little darker and more lyrical, kind of like the Souls of the Road books, but it's even more so in that kind of lyric voice. My editor at the time, when I sold the first three, which came out through traditional publishing, came out through Rock Books, which is Penguin Random House, she said it reminded her a little of like Firefly in the Old West, because the language in the books kind of carries that tone, which is good fun. I love writing it. But my editor wasn't interested in buying more of that series, so we closed it at 3 books. And honestly, steampunk had a moment where it became very popular, and then it sort of mellowed out a little bit since then. I mean, I know there's gas lamp fantasy or gaslight fantasy, and there's, it's out there. It's just it's not the main event like it was for a while. When I wrote those steampunks, Sherry Priest's Bone Shaker was coming out and these kinds of things. It was the new wave of steampunk was coming out, and that's kind of cooled down. I was talking to a fellow writer just a couple days ago, and one of the things that she said is every genre has a popularity for a certain amount of time, and then whether it comes back or not, you never know. You don't know if it's going to become popular or not. And it's a bell curve, really. For a while, like Twilight really sparked off the vampire books. Again, it was young adult vampire, right? And we had a lot of young adult vampire books that came out after that. So there are books that spark off genre trends, and that genre trend lasts for however long, and then it kind of fades. Steampunk is notorious for coming back, kind of like vampires. It usually comes back mixed with something. So that's an interesting marketing thing, talking about marketing or about how readers look for different things at different times. Like, remember when zombies were super, super, super the most popular thing ever, or dystopian? I mean, and I'm not saying that those aren't still out there. They are. It's just that popularity kind of waxes and wanes. And so I do have a steampunk series. I have Dead Iron, Tin Swift, and Cold Copper are the first 3 books. And that series was originally supposed to be 6 books, really. Not 7, maybe 7. I was basing it off of the 7 ancient metals. So that's iron, tin, copper. See where I got the titles from. Also, then the next ones are lead, silver, gold, and mercury. So that series has been in limbo for a long time, and I've had many, many, many readers contact me and ask me, where's the rest of the steampunk? Which is awesome. I love getting notes, even if it's like, damn you, Monk, why haven't you written more? So I've got some new things going on with that series. I have some new possibilities coming up. So not this year, not 2022, because like I said, I've got to write Wayward Sky next, and then maybe the hockey books, but keep your ears open, because that series isn't done, and I know that. So be patient with me just a little longer, people, and we'll see what we can do with that. And then the last kind of series that hasn't been completed, although it never really was promised to be more than a duology, is the Shaman Tarek books, right? The Broken Magic books. And so that's Is the first one Stone Cold? No, Hellbent is the first one. The second one is Stone Cold. And then there's a novella, a short novel tie-in called Backlash. And I always kind of intended to do at least another one. But again, when I put out the first Backlash as a self-published book, as an indie published book, readers were like, yeah, we like Shea Materic, but why are we going to pick this up? So I kind of put it on the back burner. And I have some possibilities for that too. And I know I have a couple of readers who are asking me, I want more Shame. So hang in there. 2023 is going to be an interesting year. And I haven't, like I said, this is August. I'm thinking these things through, seeing how much I can write and how much time, because I'm not a fast writer. I'm a consistent writer, but I'm not the speediest. I'm not a book a month kind of writer. So thank you for being patient with me, because it's how my brain works. It's how my writing process goes. And I tried different ways to speed up. And there are things that I can do to help make stuff happen faster. But I really appreciate you hanging in with me for whenever the releases happen. So that's where we're at with writing right now. There's a lot of kind of shifting winds, and we'll see where it all lands. I will keep you up to date on it. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, I think I said this last Monday Monk, but Death and Relaxation, the first book in the Ordinary Oregon series, is on sale last day today for $1.99. It doesn't go on sale very often. Grab it now if you want to try a series starter. I'll put a link down below in the thing. Okay, so that's enough pitching that. Knitting, how's knitting going? Knitting's going great. I'm looking for a pattern, and I realize it's not out there. There's a toy I want to make. I want to make a toy for my newsletter, but I want to make a toy for myself. I have this idea of this toy that I need. And that means I go out on the internet looking for it, because surely someone else has made this toy, right? No, I can't find this toy. I don't want to say what it is because I want to make it and see if you can recognize it. So I'm looking at patterns that I can buy, that I can possibly borrow their construction techniques and then modify it into a pattern that will be the toy I want. And why I'm doing it that way, because I have written patterns from scratch where I just start with the needles and thread and just have a vague idea of what I'm going for. And that works. And I have written my own patterns. The Stone of the Gargoyle pattern is mine. I have Cthulhu lip balm cozies. That's mine. I did a Plague Doctor lip or hand sanitizer cozy. That's my pattern. I did, I was kind of into Cthulhu for a while. I did a Cthulhu soap holder. When I do my own patterns, I try to make a toy that's also used as for something. And like I said, I've done like zombie sock monkey, cup cozies. And so I have made my own patterns before, the zombie hat that I talked about last week. But they take time when you're starting off from scratch, because there is so much trial and error, because I'm not a massively experienced pattern maker. I'm a good adapter of patterns. I modify patterns really pretty handily. So to shorten the amount of time it will take for me to design a toy that's for my own use, I'm going to find a pattern that might have part of the toy's structure in it that I can modify into a full toy that I want. So I'll show you the results as it goes along, or maybe I'll just show you at the end and see if you can recognize what toy I was trying to make. So yeah, knitting is at the beginning stages of something that I can't find another version of out there. So we'll see how that goes. And what else? Oh, I've had it. Several people have claimed the knit toys from the newsletter. Yay, finally. So third is the one with the hairy chest has been claimed, the monster from last week, which is so exciting. And the panda bun finally got claimed, which I'm so happy about. And I made a little goof with the frog prince. Someone had actually claimed him last month. So I'm going to wait just a little bit to see if this most current frog winner, that's a sentence you don't say every day, if the most current frog winner claims it, and then I'll either give it to the person who won it last month, or I'll knit that person a new thing and get the frog to the winner of this month. So we'll figure it out. I'll figure out the frog conundrum. But yeah, so what is great is that all those toys have finally been claimed. I'm very excited, which means we get to start next newsletter with a new toy. It'll be the one new toy, and off we go again. Okay, so I have rambled on forever. I guess I talked about my series a lot. I'll just tie this up real quick with how's it going in Monk World. It is going great. We are in 100-degree weather, which is like 38, 39 Celsius. It's been like that for, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. We've got another day or two of hot, not quite that hot, but hot. And then it starts ticking down a little, which will be really nice. I don't know if you can tell, but it is hot. So, but we've been doing pretty well with that. We are very lucky to have air conditioning that we installed in our house, and that has saved us this year. It's just been so much more pleasant to exist with a chance to get out of the heat. Also, we did a quick camping modification on our van last year. We have a van that we drive we've had for, I don't know, 20 years. We've had it for a long time, but it keeps running, so we keep using it when we need a van. And we decided last year that why don't we modify it so that we could take it out camping so we wouldn't have to have a tent. We could just go out and sleep in the van, right? So my husband and I put together a system that created an actual bed frame in there that you take out the back seats. It has 2 rows of seats of the van, and you can pop in a bed frame, and then it fits a queen size mattress. And we have 2 really soft foam mattresses so that it feels really comfortable compared to sleeping on the ground in a tent. And then we found a cooler that fits in there between the seats, and we have some solar lights, and we have some fans, little USB chargeable fans that run for like 12 or 24 hours or something for like air circulation. Then we figured out how to put curtains on the windows that were I'll have to show you pictures that are pressed into the glass so that they don't get in your way when you're moving around in there, because if you get too much material on the inside, then you're like pulling down curtain rods and stuff. And then we thought we need the windows to be open too, maybe even at night. And so we worked out mosquito netting so that we don't get bugs in the van, because I'll have to tell the story sometime. We went camping out in the desert, except we were on the edges of the desert where there was some scrub, and the bugs that attacked us that night were huge. And they filled the car. It was terrible. So we're like, we're going to put mosquito netting up. So we worked out ways to do that. And part of our goal was to create almost blackout sleeping conditions inside the van, but also to be able to take all that stuff out, pop the 2 seats in, and have it be a van again. And that you can use it for passenger van, or you could use it for moving things or whatever. And so we've done that. And I think it turned out pretty good. So I just want to say, I hope it is cool where you are, or it is warm where you are, that it's just the most perfect, pleasant temperature. I hope you've had a great summer so far. Welcome to August. Thank you for spending a little time here with me, and be well, be safe, and I will see you next Monday Monk. Bye now.